But yeah, we're going to be moving on to this game now. We have Blight coming up as our first killer, which is Forsaken's pick. We have Oni next on Cold Tower, which is Nameless's pick, and then Tiebreaker Mastermind. So some different sets. I'm excited to see a different map for once, Fizz. I'm kind of tired of seeing Dead Dog Saloon, but we are going to be loading in onto Weary's Blight, running Corrupt, Pop, Eruption, and Ruin. So we are going to be rushing down to the bot side of the map. This is generally how the Blight sets go. We rush down the map. We've got this chokehold map. I like maps like this. I think they're really fun. Generally, there's like a 3-gen or a 4-gen on one side of the map, and you just kind of play around that as we do locate our first survivor. The SB. This might be our Delhi player, Fizz. I'm not going to lie. So if we get this tag and this down, this is going to be huge. And we see Soloist.
Is that not a lie?
The Ruin in the background. No, that's live. I lied. I thought it was SB. Well, it's not Delhi. It is our DS players. This is exactly who we want to be chasing. I will tell you how it feels.
Psych! Hey!
See someone else. Oh my gosh, what is happening? The whole party is down here. This is a really good start for Weary.
Yeah, I mean, there's two earliest frick tags into it down onto not your DS player. Hopefully it's not your Delhi player, and it is our Delhi player. Maybe we can get a power save. Can we get a beep bop beep bop? No, we don't. Unfortunately, that is so unfortunate for Hunley. Just taking that tag there, getting caught out behind that hill, and where he's just going to be taking this hook in that bot side. Now Mio has to try and get reset. We did see Mio with a med kit, so they're going to be resetting themselves, and that's exactly what they do. We did see a couple of notifications up in the background. Maybe missed skill checks or some vaults. Maybe the survivor's just trying to sprint down to that top side, and where he just low-key just holding W to the top side, getting that pop onto the generator, and we'll be rushing straight back to the hook because we know that unhook's going to come through any second now. And we see the unhook. Are we going to be seeing any FTPs? No FTPs, and we take that. Take that BT here, allows the survivor not to use any type of dead hard or anything, even if they even had it on them. We see that Shack Pellet getting dropped, trying to make as much distance as we possibly can, but we do have all 5 rushes back up, and that's going to be Weary using the rushes. There's rush 1, rush 2, rush 3. Are we going to be getting the down? And oh my god, Hunley swerving this guy, absolutely breaking his ankles, allowing us to get to this mid-filler pallet, dropping that stuff instantly. Going to be breaking that, and now we don't really have anything else to work with. I think this is going to be the down onto Hunley unless we can make this pallet, but I don't think we're going to be making the pallet. We don't make the pallet, we get the down into the pallet, but that was you know, kind of the chase that you want for your second chase. That first chase being a little bit fast, the second one a little bit longer, gives it survivors time. You know, this is an S tier killer or a top tier killer, 1 to 8 tier, B tier, whatever tier killer it is. You know, he's got the mobility to get to and from across the map, the mobility in the chases and stuff like that, so it's just kind of, you know, the downs should be happening very fast. It should be happening instantly, basically. We still haven't seen a generator get popped. I think the Nancy was just playing super safe on the generator, maybe baiting Weary to come up there and go for the pop and pop it in his face, so he you know, uses that time to go there. But Weary doesn't really want anything of it. I think he's trying to hold these 3 little generators, 3 to 4 generators roughly in this bottom side. We did have that one of those top generators popped. I don't think he really cares about the top generators right now, but these survivors are just going to be working on them, trying to get as many gens done as they possibly can, and hopefully Hunley can just get off this hook and book it to that top side of that map. But we have left it a little bit late, and we do find the unhook coming through. This could spell problems for the team if we don't get the unhook, but we do manage to get the unhook. There's the unhook coming through. Now we just need to hold W to that top side of the map. We don't really have an exhaustion to work with here from Hunley. We do have the pallet dropping, just holding W, trying to use it. We do have overcome, but unfortunately we are injured, so it doesn't really, you know, do anything for us unless we get hit with that BT, but we didn't get hit with the BT, so it's unlucky. And just, oh my god, getting a little bit refunded there. That should have been a tag, but unfortunately we're not getting that tag. Used all 5 rushes. We're just playing for our life here. Hopefully we get the pickup. The pickup did come through, or that was a unbreakable. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but we're just trying to play our life here at this TNO wall. Unfortunately getting caught up with the mind games, but not making that here. We do have the window block, so that's just one less tile that Hunley can work with, and we're back bumping on things. We're getting a little bit impatient here. Hunley's just holding W to the corner of the map, just trying to play their best chase that they possibly can. We do have this shitty little filler pad at edge map, but we don't even make it there. We're just going to be eating the tag and going down. Yeah, Mio, you need to get out of this area and let the other 2 healthy survivors work on these generators. Maybe even get a reset from our Nancy over here on that top side, and then maybe just start pumping the generators, be as healthy as you can. You know, you only got 2 generators left. They've done a really good job, especially with that first chase, the 2 tags into the down. These guys have done a really good job of bringing it back, just letting the survivor cook on the hook for as long as possible until they actually needed to go in for the trade, using the right survivors with the right perks to go in for the trade, the UB trade into the last chase, and that last chase is lasting as long as they possibly could, is exactly what they wanted. And they do still have the DS on a survivor to be used, so that could come in big handyman for these survivors.
Yeah, exactly right. And if we get this reset, or we do get this reset off onto Mio here, then they can safely tackle these 3 gens that we have, which is not terrible. I don't think. I mean, it's pretty bad actually. And this other gen over at 3 is pretty close as well. So we do locate some scratches. We see a survivor here. We see D-Shao here with the SB and does just avoid that hit, which is really good. And we are going to be popping this gen, going to get that eruption value onto there. And I think Soloist is working on this gen over at 7. So it was a bit of a rough start for Nameless here, but they have brought it back, as you said, Fizz. The second and third chase was a lot better than the first one. And it's unfortunate that Delhi did get out because they don't have access to that anymore. But they do still have, DS, and they do have some exhaustions to kind of play it safe and pre-lead these gens. And Soloist has kind of been zoned here towards these gens. This is not really what you want. And he's probably just going to be going down here, and we're going to be rushing here. I don't know why you just walking down, and oh my gosh, I cannot see it. Wow, okay, that was a lot, but
stressed you out a bit there, huh?
Yeah, it stressed me a lot. But we do get the eruption proc, so we did see an aura in the background. We see Mio pre-leaving this gen, and we're going to be taking the basement hook. So this is really good for Weary. So it's going to be really tough to kind of get this pull. I think it was Mio that was kind of pre-leaving this gen over here. We saw the eruption aura, but we have located them. And Daeshao was working on this gen over at 3. So Weary kind of knows where everyone is. Yeah, we know exactly where everyone is now. So Weary can kind of just hold a choke, I guess, prevent Solace from being saved. But it's going to be really hard to get Solace out of this basement. And Weary can just keep coming back and preventing them from doing so. And I think I don't even know what you really do. Oh, we see, geez, Mio is kind of stealth all the way to 9. That's crazy. So maybe if Daeshao just keeps working on that gen and, Mio doesn't get found here and can get that pull, that'd be crazy. And, Daeshao's doing a really good job at kind of pre-leaving and not giving away a tag at this gen. And gonna be using a lot of rushes and getting a nice stun. And now we have 0 rushes. And now Weary just has to kind of walk all the way back to the shack to prevent this unhook from happening. No. But we do see it happening. We almost have our rushes back, so we are going to be going back to get this, and we do get the pull for free, which is absolutely huge. We just need to get out of here. We're going to be body blocking. Soloist here trying to wait out the BT, and oh my god, he's so fast. And oh my god, that was insane body blocking coming through. We get the tag, which is absolutely huge as well to me, and we get, oh my gosh, what was that?
We're just swinging in air and still getting the down. What? That's just diabolical. I mean, there is ping in play between these two teams, so we will be seeing some little scuffed hits and hits that shouldn't be hitting. But that also gives Daeshao time to get this generator over at 3 done as well. But we did get the tag onto Mio. Mio has to play as safe as possible. We do catch Mio here. We're going to be breaking this pallet. Mio doesn't really have anything else to work with. Maybe we can get a life off onto this pallet here and get to that top side of the map. We do see the... Oh, we're not even going to be using it just yet. Trying to play some 50-50 mind games. Can we make this pallet? It's not exactly a god filler, but we're holding the checkies perfectly. It's playing around this pallet perfectly, and unfortunately that rush coming through just getting a little hesitaty there and just getting caught out. And where he will be slugging this, knowing that UB has already come through, we're going to just trying to cut off Soloist here. Soloist getting cut off at this TNL. Once again, we're just in mid. They just have to play their lives. They need to get away from these bot side generators so we can get something going here. But unfortunately, that BT is out. We do have our rushes, and that's just going to be Soloist eating the dirt, taking the L, getting out of this trial. We do see the pickup onto Miro happen. We do still have a little bit to work with, but unfortunately just getting caught out a bit. That basement hook was just, even though, where he used so many rushes and so much time on Daeshao, he was still able to get back to be able to get the body block because they were hooked in basement. So it was just kind of like a W hook there. And now we're just going to be trying to find these survivors. And we do find Mio in the corner of this map. I mean, you just got to pump generators, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. They don't really have time to reset, and unfortunately, that just will be the down. It's just going to be a hook trying to die in the corner map. Maybe we're working that mid generator. Maybe Daeshell can try and get some of the generator done. Maybe they're going to stealth early. Who knows? We do have DS on this survivor. Unfortunately, no Deli. Already out of the game. That was the first chase. Unlucky. But, you know, we got a good amount of hooks here. A little bit of progress on this gen, so Weary knows that Daeshell is around here somewhere, either stealthing or they've already... Ooh, ooh, oh, didn't quite see them there. Oh, very lucky there. But we saw some toe stick yet, but maybe not on Weary's screen. We don't know. We can't see what he's saying, but we see the unhook happen in the background. We see the smack onto Mio. Mio's going to be taking that smack and going straight to top, and Weary just doesn't really want anything of it. Wants to try and find this survivor that unhooked, but they've done a fantastic job of stealthing out Weary here. Weary's just hasn't really found that unhooked survivor. Now we're going to be trying to go top, trying to find Mio. We did just see the Nancy as well as we already see Mio here working, not working, trying to loop at this tile over at 3 and just taking that, you know, that pallet break and trying to hold W to the top. We do have a lot of filler pallets here to work with, so maybe we can last as long as possible. We do see that Nancy back on the generator. This has to last. This has to last pretty much this whole generator if they want to try and get the 4K0.
Well.
Oh, facts, they do.
Yeah. Oh, but he's gonna slug.
But he's metagaming.
He's metagaming. Mods,
check his PC.
And we get the eruption aura too, so Weary knows exactly where Daeshell is. I mean, I think you just slug there anyway, right? You get the eruption aura, you're gonna go for that last survivor. So, but we are gonna be taking this final chase onto Daeshell here and securing us a 4K1, which is a really good result for Blight. I mean, this was their pick as well, and Weary did a pretty good job at, you know, did a good job with his shape, like the mechanics on the kill. Oh my god, what am I saying? Mechanics on the killer. Jesus Christ. You know, very good mechanics on the Blight, and really good job at, you know, playing around his gens and zoning them towards those active gens as well. So very well played from Weary getting that 4K1. So that means that it's Nameless will have to get a 4K2 to secure the win, or 4K1 for Ty. Ty is probably a bit more doable. I think, you know, you see a lot of 4K1s, even 4K2s on the Blight, especially with this kind of map. There's always like a 3-gen or 4-gen to play around and with this chokehold map, but I think it was just unfortunate that the Deli player was the first person to kind of... I mean, we saw the Tunnel Lap player was getting chased at the start, but they just kind of ran into the Deli player and then, you know, where he switched targets and that was it. So, yeah, pretty unfortunate, you know, for the side of Nameless.
This day and age. You're so right. Hopefully this P100 Blight can, you know, do some juicy things that we didn't see from Weary. Maybe different mechanics, maybe some... Whoa! P100 Blight coming through! December just got absolutely clapped. First hit, first rush. Oh, that was nasty from Mio there. We do see... Flabbergasted. Open your mind, Fizz, and bang!
No!
I'm lost for words. That was disgusting from Mio. First earliest frick hit into the earliest frick down. Is that a hook into basement as well? Oh, that is nasty. No, we're not taking the basement hook. We want to take a hook over towards 4. Just maybe catch out the survivors a little. Yeah, almost wiggles up a little. That's a little scary. Now Mio's going to be looking around trying to find a survivor stealthing around. We did see from the flick of the spectator that a survivor was stealthing over here, edge map, and does Mio know? Does Mio know exactly where the survivor is? Have we found them? We did not find them. Good stealthing here from Weary. I think it was Weary that we saw stealthing back there. Now we're going to be rushing to the top side of the map. Maybe apply our pop to one of these generators. We did hear that generator at 3 working. We do stop our rush with 1 rush remaining. We see the unhook happen in the background. Not quite able to get that pop onto the gen. The unhook has happened. We don't really care about the gen right now. It doesn't really have too much progress. We don't really care if we lose a generator. But if we lose the survivor, it's big troubles. And we just missed the boxes. So this allows December to, you know, get a little bit more distance. Maybe we have Lythe and we're going to be Lything up to the top side of the map. And no, we do not have Lythe. Oh. We're just getting clapped, unfortunately. Getting hit through that window. Look how far away he is from that window, by the way.
No, they are playing, this is our DS player. That is insane. They are playing on ping as well. I think it's around like between 140 to 180 OC to NEA, so We do get the DS off, but it doesn't really get us anywhere because we're going to be going down immediately, and that's going to be a second. We do see the first gen pop in the background, so and a second. Wait, this is actually doable. This is actually kind of doable. We just need to get December off the hook, and he needs to absolutely book it to the top side of the map and continue this chase. We see this gen kind of being touched at 9 over here, and Mio, thinks that someone is lurking around, but no, we do not see them, and we are getting his gen. This is actually doable. We are getting his gens done. And no one's giving away free tags or anything, so they can still pull it out of the bag. We see, I don't know who this is. This is Wind. We see Wind here taking a chase, probably trying to get for the pull, but this is going to be resulting in a tag. This is our overcome player, so they can just safely get away. As we see someone else rotating in for the save. We do get the pull onto December. Going to be taking that BT hit, and they're going to be absolutely legging it towards the top side. We see Weary coming in to try and guide them, but it's going to take the hit. But Mio might just commit, just switching targets here. We're going to be switching to Weary, going to be nowhere. JK, we're going back. We're going to try and find December, and honestly, this is fine. If we have, oh my gosh! I was going to say, we have all the resources and main building up here to use, but unfortunately, that was, just a disgusting hit through the pallet. Maybe we just couldn't drop the pallet in time on ping. It's kind of hard, but we do get the death onto December. This is looking pretty rough for the side of Forsaken. We've got 2 injures on the board. We've got the gem pumping in the background, but this is rough. We need to get everyone reset. It's a 3v1. They can still, they just need to pop all the gens. We do have a 3 gen at the bot side, so they need to kind of break this somehow. As we see Wind already working on this gen at Shack. We do have Deli up as well, so difference from the last game. We do have our Deli player, so that might, will have some value this game as well, which Nameless did not have. So we are going to be kicking this gen, and we're going to be safely breaking away from that. And Miro just trying to catch anyone off guard here. Wants to try and get it down into this 3 gen, which is... Whoa, how did that not hit? Oh my gosh, that seems so disgusting hits this game, but that is crazy that did not hit. Weary going to be breaking away here, but Miro just dropping this chase and wants to try, and he has to get 4k2 to win this set, so you're going to have to play for these gens not to pop, because if they pop these 2 gens at top, it's just tie. So Hasso going to be getting caught off guard here and giving away a tag. Wind is still pumping away at that generator. What am I saying? Generator at Shack, and we're going to be committing to this chase at Hasso here. And Hasso just needs to kind of play for his life here, but it's going to be hard with just this pallet and on ping as well, and no exhaustion, but we do get the down, and we're going to be, we're working on a different gen this time. We do have this gen doubled at 9 here. We might be able to pop this in time. That will break the 3 gen at this bot side, so Mir needs to get there as fast as possible. Mir might check the wrong gen here. He might think that Shack is being worked on. He's going to go straight there, which is exactly what he's doing, but maybe wait, come on. No, we see Weary here. He's going to be giving it tag, but Wind does pop that gen in the background, but this is looking really rough. We have Hasso on the hook. We have Wind on the gen. Weary is injured, and if Mir can get a really fast down onto Weary here, he can just go straight back to hook and catch Wind here, which is exactly what he's going to be doing. This is rough, and Wind is just booking it for this unhook. This is, ooh, Fizz. I don't know.
And we know Weary doesn't have Unbreakable because he has the Deli, and that's a banned combination. So, oh, and we get the tag onto Wind, and Wind. One of these survivors has to go back and try and get that pick up onto Weary, and we're choosing Wind. Wait, who are we choosing? I don't even know. Hasso went main. We're choosing Wind. Both survivors are topside, so we can safely just leave. Ooh, just getting a little juke there by Wind, and we do have this pallet to play a nice little. I don't even know if that's a Godfiller. Do they even exist anymore? I haven't seen one since like 1997 when I was freaking alive. Anyway, stalked myself. Anyway. We leave this chase, do find Hasso, do get the down onto Hasso, and a nice little hook here. But they do have a very good generator split. Yeah, we got 2 at top, 2 at bottom. So
dicey.
It is very dicey. Oh, I just really
Chucky's BC! No, I'm kidding. That is
Chucky's
crazy. BC. Oh my gosh. Forsaken. Wait, we got... Oh, Hasso's up. We got the unbreak. We get... No, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. We get Weary up too. Oh my gosh, I thought that was over. Holy crap. But we do get the pickups. They're still in the game. They just need to... Just get reset, or just go to a safe pallet. Just Giving away free tags and
Just
free
do
downs is really,
something.
really just crazy. But we're just
Bang!
going down again. Mio is absolutely
Mio
cracked on the blight.
is the last
Jeez.
rush demon. Just getting these hits
Oh.
within the last rush, or like, oh my, and we find Weary as well. We're just gonna be taking this down onto Weary. I dare say that. Oh no, Mia's just gonna hook this. We do have Deli. We still have Deli on the cards here.
It's not over.
It's not over yet until the Deli has been used. They only need to pop one generator. We got Bro on the hook, and Bro on the ground, and we're
he
just
knows
waiting.
he has
He
Deli, I
knows.
think,
He
yeah.
knows. He's baiting it out, maybe pretending to go for the pickup. Oh. Nah, we're just gonna be waiting for Weary to try and use that deliverance. And we got who's this? Hasso crawling into the basement. And we see the Deli come in. We're going to be sprinting to that top side, trying to get that unhook as fast as we can before they go second. But I dare say they're going to be going to second anyway. I don't know if Weary makes it there in time. We do have 5 whole rushes. When he made it just in time before the second stage, and we do have the 5 whole rushes to get to the top side, and we run around Win, and we hop into Locker to try and dodge it. We do mind game with a bit of a bump, and that's Weary jumping out, and that's going to be the down onto Weary. We can low-key just slug this and try and find Wind. Wind maybe trying to go for the unhook. No, not going for the unhook, just playing safely around here. But I think Mio knows exactly where he is. And yeah, we do find him at this tile in the middle of the map, just trying to play the last hit rush. Is he going to do it again? Ooh, not quite this time. Imagine if he got that hit onto Wind. That would have been insane. But no, Wind playing these checkies very nicely, playing around this little jungle gym that we've got here in mid, and just trying to play his last chase of his life. Maybe he can get to Weary and pick Weary up, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. And bang, that's the down.
That was a crazy game to watch. Just so many times, you know, it was just back and forth, you know. It was looking really good for Forsaken, and it's looking really good for Mia, and then it was looking, and UB happened, and maybe they could bring it back, and then Deli happened. It was just, yeah, that was absolutely crazy. But Mio just pulled it out, getting that 4K2. What an incredible performance from Mio here. Unlucky for the survivors of Forsaken, considering it was their pick, but you know, the game's a game, you know, Fizz, and you know, Mio just did it better.
Yeah, game's a game. You're so right. There were a few plays that the survivors did that kind of like were questionable, with especially with Weary taking that hit in mid for no reason. Like, I feel like you want to be healthy there. You don't really want to be injured at that point of the game. So like we know that old mate's gonna be, not actually old mate, but December is just gonna die. So they're just gonna play their lives, get to that top side, get as far away from the Jez as possible. And I don't know, given that tag there was kind of a little bit risky play. I know they wanted to make December as safe as possible, but it is what it is. The game's a game. Like you said, we will be moving on to the next set, which is Oni on the Cold Tower. This is Nameless King's pick. So we're going to be seeing their killer up first. Going to go into a quick intermission, have a little chat, have a little chin wag, and we'll be back with you guys very soon.
Yeah, it's just Forsaken just couldn't keep up with the tempo. But we are going to be moving on to the next set, which is Oni. So this is Nameless's pick as well, and we're going to be seeing Mo play as well. I haven't seen Mo play for a hot minute, but I'm very excited to see what he can do. And this is going to be, Oni is one of those sets where it's the killer can snowball so easily, especially if you're giving free tags. And just like, I mean, everyone knows this, but you have to avoid that first hit as much as possible. See Hasso in this dumbass freaking white fit in the basement, stealthing out. They might even stealth out Corrupt here. I don't know. I've seen people do it before, but Mo going to be trying to find any survivor to start this chase on, but they're doing a pretty good job at stealthing so far. We see a Crowland over here and some scratches as well, as we see, I don't know who this is, but our first survivor running towards the main building. That's exactly where you want to take the first chase. This is Wind, and we're going to be committing to this chase on Wind over at the main building, but no, Mo knows. Mo knows something that we don't. I mean, we do know, you know, main building is just absolutely crazy on Cold Tower, and you know, it's the best place to chase against an Oni, but we see Weary kind of being caught out at the logs here, and we're going to be trying to get to Shaq. And we see 2 people here too, so maybe someone's going to try and set up for a head-on save, and maybe Mo saw that.
Dropping
I don't know, but
early. What you want to
yeah,
do,
I mean, they are playing
ping
on
too.
ping, yeah.
Yo, just trying not to
Oh,
give that
he
first chase.
knows.
Oh, he
He
knows.
knows. He knows about the head-on that is coming
Brutal
into this.
over
Okay.
Bamboozle though, just maybe just wanting to get rid of these pallets faster, maybe
Yeah.
get to these survivors quicker. They don't really care about bamming the windows, but we're doing a pretty decent job here dropping these pallets and just playing around this bot side of the map, running back to Shaq. We don't really have anything to work with, so I dare say that first hit's going to be coming through. We try and blind him with the cracker, but not quite happening. Do we make this pallet? Ooh, we make it there, but do we get the hit? Ooh, just holding W through the
Oh,
pallet
there's a
might
pallet
be a
in
little
front.
unlucky there, but regardless.
Oh,
Oh! Psych! We made it! Was
dang!
that smash hit too? I don't know. It looked like he got a bit of a speed boost there, but unfortunately the hit's still coming through. Anyway, that's the first hit. That's what you want. A little bit of blood dripping onto the ground. Maybe Weary does a little tactical two-tap and just, you know, doesn't allow the Oni to get power from the blood that we have seen. And unfortunately getting mind-gamed at Shaq, Weary's just going to be taking that down. He's just holding W, trying to get to edge map, trying to get as far away from these generators as possible. And that is the first out of the trial. We still don't have power. We see one generator pop in the background. You know, whoa. I just lost all my words just then. Weary taking that down, taking that first hook, that pain res coming through. Do we have a bottom side gens? We do have a couple of bottom side gens, so we can play around this. Now we're going to be looking around, trying to find a stealthing survivor, or even try and find any blood orbs that did get dropped. We do have a couple around Weary. I think this is power. This is power. Now it's a little risky. We don't really want to be letting the killer know where we are with our power, otherwise he's just going to pop it and instant down you. Do you have that generator over at 8 getting worked? Well, not getting worked, but it did have its pistons pumping, so we do have a fair bit of progress. 2 generators popped for that first chase. It's pretty decent on the side of survivors. I don't know why he hasn't kicked that generator. We do have eruption, so we could apply a bit of eruption to it. I mean, I'm not Mo. Mo's got a bigger brain than I ever will on a killer. We do find a survivor at this 5 side, and that is December, trying to work this generator, trying to work these this bot side gens, because, you know, we're in the middle of 4 generators at 8, 7, that mid 4 and 5, so we do have a very good 4 gen here. We are trying to cut off this survivor that's over towards 9. We know someone was working that generator, that is why we left it, but Hasso's just, I think that was Hasso, it sounded like those Dwight footsteps, just holding W, trying to get away. We do drop that pallet over at 9, the unhook coming through. We're not going back to the hook just yet, trying to get this down. Unfortunately not getting the down. Should we go back? Do we go back, or do we just commit to this chase onto Hasso right now? Hasso just doing a very good job here, trying to deny the down, but unfortunately not happening. And we do take that down, and we're going to be going for the slug. We do have a little bit of power to try and find this survivor, and we see the aura from the eruption. Are we going to be going down here? We do have SP to work with, only a little bit of power left, but it doesn't matter. We get a nice flick onto December, and that's going to be just December taking the down, and we got another down in the background onto Hasso as well, so we can take another juicy little hook here. You know, get pain res onto that generator over towards 8, and we're still in a very good spot here.
Yeah, Mo's in a really good spot right now. Getting those 2 downs was absolutely massive, as we see Weary working on this main generator, and we get a reset off here too, so that's pretty good, but it's just going to drop more power for Mo to grab later on. And we do see Hasso here breaking away to the top side. Doesn't really, this weird funky tile to work with. I don't even know what tile that is, but we do see this God Filler. No, this is not a God Filler. Maybe it is. No, it's not.
They
but
don't exist anymore.
we do see Hasso here. Yeah, and we are going to be getting a hit here because of ping and just, you know, the mind games from Mo happening. And we are going to be dropping this chase and going back to our 4 gen to check on these gens, check on this unhook, and just try and zone these survivors towards the spot side of the map. Which is exactly what Mo is trying to do, trying to cut off this survivor who might be running down, but we don't see one. No, we see the Claudette, who does have SB, I believe. We're going to be... But Mo's just doing an amazing job at zoning right now and keeping December as bot here as possible, and December has no choice but to just part his way back up to bot. Maybe drop this pallet. Yes, we pre-dropped this pallet, and we're just going to be breaking away, and Mo wants more. He's going to be... He's playing super aggressive, and you love to see he knows his gen is working over at 8, and we see Win safely pre-leaving here, which is exactly what you want to be doing. And I think at this point, we have to... I don't even know if you can... They're just giving up on resetting and just trying to get these gens done, try and pop all the gens, pop as many gens as possible. Maybe Forsaken has a crazy Oni player as well, and they can get a 4K or something like that, but these guys are just, you know, giving up on resetting and going to be just playing for their life, trying to get these gens cranking. We see that main gen popping, but It's gonna be so hard to pop break this 4 gen, and Mo's gonna be popping power and going to this gen over at 8, and we see wind here. That is so unfortunate. This was our healthy survivor too, and another fresh hook as well. So that's absolutely massive for Mo. And we saw that eruption proc as well. Over at 5, so now Mo knows exactly where, I think that was December, is going to be. So Mo going to be taking this nasty pain res hook and going to be grabbing his blood. Yeah, I think he just has enough of power. Again, he does. This is absolutely insane. He's going to be popping it instantly. He knows exactly where December is with that eruption aura. Or he might be trying to maybe find the reset if they are, but I highly doubt they are. We see December in the locker here, playing it safe. Oh, we do see a reset over at main, so this is really good. We're resetting at the top side, so the blood orbs spawn over there, so that Mo just has to travel all the way there to get his power back. And if they can stealth out this power, that'd be crazy for Forsaken to bring it back. But I think Mo knows. Mo knows too much. He's found the reset, and he's going to be getting it down onto Weary here. That is absolutely crazy. Mo just knows. And we know. I love saying it. It just rolls off the tongue so nicely. And we're going to be committing to Hassa here. He wants more. We're going for a little slugfest happening. We do miss the down onto Hassa here. We get the pull onto Win, which is absolutely massive. But we need it all. We're hardening all the way back up to our gens. And we see another person here too. And we are out of power now, but it doesn't even matter because like everyone's injured. They're just bleeding everywhere. So Mo just has infinite power at this point. And we're going to be committing to Hassa here, but all the resources here are pretty much gone. No, we have one more pallet here to use. Just has to try and like play his life here and not die here. But he does just try to play this 50-50. He's doing really well doing this on ping. Go Hasso. Yes, buddy, you can do it. Let's go. We're getting bloodlust, but we're just going to be going down. And look at all that blood for Mo to pick up power.
I mean,
anyways, yeah.
Yeah, W yapping Maya. Sorry, I had to take a little bit. I had to go AFK for a little bit there. So thank you for taking over it. The cast for a bit, but I've got your back now, girl. I do.
Thank you so much.
Nice little down onto Hasso. We'll be taking this. I'm dead. We'll be taking this hook onto Hasso. We still have the pain rest for him, but we know these generators aren't really being worked with as the survivors have been taken downs left, right, and center. So we have been using our eruption to the best of its ability. We do see this resets coming in onto these survivors. We know that where it was downed towards main building, so possibly on that top side. I think Mo can kind of just hold a choke here and wait for the survivors to cross onto his side of the map, because this is his side of the map now. It's not their side, it's his side of the map. And we did see Wind, I think that was over off in the distance towards 4, trying to run back up to the map, trying to be stealthy, trying to pre-leave the generators. We have power, we have the unhook come through. A little bit of a rough time considering the fact Mo was right there and we're able to catch off the survivor. But did we stealth it? Did we stealth the unhook? Ooh, if Mo loses his survivor, this could potentially spell problems for our Oni here. This could allow the survivors to bring it back just a little bit more, and we didn't catch the unhook. That is so unlucky, but we do see a wind over here, and we do have power, so regardless, possibly it could potentially be a down. Knowing Mo, he has been hitting them rush demon dash hits, pretty solidly, and we see the flick come through here, and yeah, like I said, that's just the down here, and we're gonna be able to pick up Win and just drag him straight back into our 4-gen area, or even just hook straight away. We've got blood everywhere, which means we have power at all times, and bang, 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 shmang, bang, bang, blood orb here, blood orb there, that one there, and we've got power back again. Now we're going to be trying to stealth on the side of Weary over in the 5 corner, just trying to work as many gens as we can. We've got Hassel on the top side, just dripping blood everywhere. We know if Mo goes up that top side, he's got a lot of power. It doesn't really matter anyway. He's got power down the bot side too. And we actually catch out December here, trying to work this generator over at A, and that's just going to be Mo popping power, trying to catch December. December just doing a little bit of a fakey in the corner there. Unfortunately, not really happening. Jumping into the locker, trying to get rid of the power, trying to give our team time to maybe get that unhook in and do something. But unfortunately, the unhook, no, I was going to say, unfortunately, the unhook hasn't come through, but it did get that unhook onto Wind. We did see, I think that was Hasso kind of just stealthing on that top side as well. So we just got low-key a lot of survivors doing nothing, and I think Mo knows that, so Mo can kind of just walk around, do whatever he wants, play it as aggressive as we want. We got not really we do have a little bit of progress on gens, but not enough for the Mo to really be concerned about. As you know, we sit here this generator at 5 getting pumped, but we'll just apply a bit of eruption, get a next really quick fast down, and it's just GG from then. You know, we are resetting. Mo probably knows that they're resetting topside, because why would they be bot side resetting? That's a little bit crazy if you do ask me. But we do catch another survivor over here. I think that was Wind once again. Wasn't quite sure. I just saw the white t-shirt. Yeah, it was Wind once again. Oh, unfortunately not able to get that stun in time. You know, we are on ping, so you kind of just want to drop that stuff and hopefully not get hit through the pallet, but he did unfortunately get hit through the pallet, and that's going to be the hook onto Win and the death as well. So now we have 3 survivors on the board. You know, we got December death hook as well, and we got Wind out of the game, and still 2 generators remaining with, you know, not as much gen probe on the board, but we could potentially stuff.
Oh no. Oh, that's really bad.
21st night, December. That is so unfortunate. December getting caught there, jumping into the locker. Just a little bit late onto the pre-sale. I like the fact that he tried to go for an edge map locker stealth as well. You know, it's just a little cheeky edge map one, not really a tile one, but unfortunately getting caught out there. So that's going to be 2 survivors just back to back out of here. We find some scratches over here. We do know someone's working on this generator. We do have like a milliscule second of power needed. Mo just trying to find it. There we go. We see the blood there, and we got some power. We're just gonna pop that straight away. See Hasso just running into main building, but Mo knows and doesn't want anything of it. We're gonna try and find Weary. We did know Weary was over towards this bot side somewhere. Maybe if they can stealth this out, you know, could be very. Oh, but we're checking Locku's. If Weary doesn't hit this, it's GG.
Oh no.
And unfortunately, Weary just unable to get that head on in time. But we low-key knew he was going to check the locker, so it's like, what? But anyway, we get the hook, and that's going to be the second hook onto Weary. We know Hasso was in main building, so he's topside somewhere. We just have blood left, right, and center topside. We find the scratchies. This is Hasso scratches. But like you said, this is what happens with Oni. You know, he's such a 50-50 killer. You're either going to get 5 stages, or you're just going to get absolutely shredded into the 4K, 3K. Hasso getting mind gamed there, trying to go for the bit of a slow vault, but unfortunately not happening. And that is going to be the secured 4K2 for Mo. Now this is their killer. This is the result you want as these survivors. Hopefully, Forsaken can kind of, while you've got so much power on the board, it really just depends how early you're giving those hits, those first hits, or you know how early we're going down and giving the blood to the Oni. If the Oni doesn't have any blood, then it's a lot weaker, and bro's just a slow chud that doesn't really have anywhere to go. But we've loaded in. Warriors on the killer. Stock standard build. You know, your Pain, Res, Eruption, Bam. Although Mo used Brutal over Bam, but we got Bam instead of Brutal. Regardless, found the first chase onto Soloist. Soloist taking this first chase into main build. We see that head-on come through. Something that we didn't see on these other survivors. Something that a lot of survivors, you know, kind of play around. Ready stock standard. You know, that head-on at main. Allowing this survivor to low-key can just hold W to Shaq if we want to, but we do see that Shaq's side is our open generators. Where he doesn't want any of it. He wants to go check his gens, make sure they haven't, you know, already gotten down to this bottom side of the map, and they have. We do see a little bit of Pistons working over at this bottom mid gen. And Maya being a little confused. Regardless, we find the chase onto Daishell. Daishell just playing around this Philip. We're going to be dropping this. Weary just kicking that, getting the resources out of the way. But we do have Shaq to work with. Just holding W to the Shaq, maybe trying to play around. You know, a little bit of a Shaq looping. Can we hold our checkies? We do see the vaults come through, but is that life? That is life, but we've got to be bamming that. Daishell doing a very good job, just playing Shaq to their best abilities. Not even going to use our Shaq palette, as we do have a little jungle gym Philip palette here. Just going to be playing around that. Drop that stuff instantly. We're just zoning Daishell back towards this bottom side of the map, just using, you know, the powers that the Oni has. Oh. Hello, we actually find another survivor here. We find Hunley trying to stealth in and work on that Shaq generator. No, that wasn't even Hunley, that was Mio. We find all the survivors, every single survivor here, there, and everywhere, just trying to play on these open generators, as this is where the generators are. So all the chases are low-key just being done in the chase area, and unfortunately this will be the hit onto Hunley here, because there is no resources, as we did see them get dropped. That is the first hit. Hunley taking that first hit. Corrupt over. We do have no more crops, so we can work literally anywhere. And oh, that was a very close swing there. Unfortunately not able to get that tag, but We do have a little blood getting dripped. We do see that they were going to go for the reset. That was exactly what you want to do. As soon as you get hit, if the if the killer drops you, go get reset. Try and get the blood off the board. But Weary wants the blood. We're gonna try and find the survivors. We do have power. We're leaving that chase. We're gonna let Hunley just bleed on the map, so we know we have a bit of, we know we have power over at the top side of the map. Now we do find another survivor here. We see the scratchies. Are we gonna be getting a fast down?
Oh.
Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Caster's Curse, Soloist, just eating the dirt, and that is the first down trial. We do have a generator popped already, and I don't know if there's enough blood on the board for Weary to get. Oh no, there would be. There would be enough blood on the board because this was a very fast down in power. It's going to be enough for Weary to be able to use his power once again, and just kind of proxy these survivors. He is playing for a 4K3 win con, which can be very hard. These survivors are doing a pretty decent job not giving away that first hit so early. We do have a bit of pistons pumping here. We've got no pallets on this bottom side of the map. They have all pretty much been used. We do have to be pre-leaving very early, so we don't really want to be giving those hits. And these survivors are doing a very good job, just like I said, pre-leaving early, stealthing it out, and just not really giving Weary anything to play around just yet.
Yeah, exactly right. As you said, there's not a lot of resources at the bot side of the map, but these survivors are doing really good job of just, not giving away those tags as Weary's going to try and find this reset. I think he has, and ooh, this might be, we're going to be popping power here. We do get the reset off in time, but, we get our power here, and we're just going to be getting down onto Soloist, who is the ideal survivor that we want to get, and oh, we just missed that down. That is so unfortunate. And now Soloist can kind of make this pallet over here, which he does, and he's going to be dropping that, and he does avoid it down. That could have been really scary if he did get the down there at the edge map tile. And now we can just use main to our advantage and all the resources we have up here. And Sol's doing a really good job at just extending this chase, but we do see these gens just absolutely pumping in the background, and Weary is just going to be committing to this. Maybe he can play for Ty. He knows that not a lot of other gens have, any progression, but they have, unfortunately for Weary, they have broken that 3-gen at the bot side. Look at that. We've got a 2-2 split. We've got 2 at top and 2 at bot. So it's a bit unfortunate, but if Weary can make some crazy plays here, just play off his power and try and get some snowball action happening, get Soloist tunneled out as soon as possible, he might still have a chance to be able to tie this, but with this split and how the survivors are playing, it's going to make it very difficult. As we're going to be kicking this gen, applying that eruption, we see a very early pull coming onto Soloist. That's a very good window to get that pull, and where he doesn't even want to go back to get that tunnel. He's very, very paranoid of these gens getting completed, as we see a lot of progress on this gen over at 7, as we see Day Shao pre-leaving this gen and going towards Shack. We don't have Shack pallet or any resources here to work with, so this probably is going to result in a tag. That's true. We do have a life, and we're going to be just absolutely booking it towards main. Look at her go. Look at her go. See ya.
Well, I mean, we're at Tycon right now. They have to tie to even come back and get to the tiebreaker, but their survivors aren't giving Weary anything. He doesn't have power. They're basically back at the start, just playing M1 only, and that's just rough. That's exactly what you want as for the survivor side, but as a killer side, it's just he's so homeless. He's trying to suck that blood on that from the back, but unfortunately not quite getting it. We do see, I don't even know who that was. Oh, we see Hunley here just chasing around the main building. We don't, we have used quite a lot of resources, but that's what you want to do as a, as against Oni. Just use all the resources that you can. Try not to give it hits. It's unfortunate if you do get hits, it happens, but you just gotta work to your best ability. And we do see that generator pop in the background, so that is just the W for Nameless Kin taking the 2-0 win for their team. And Hunley just not giving Weary anything, not giving him a hit, not giving a tag, and the last generator popping in the background too. These guys just sit the gens and get them done. It's so nice to see. I wish I could do that, but instead I'd like to run at the killer and give free tags. Anyway, taking that chase onto Dayshell, just trying to get the best result that they possibly can. Unfortunately, just not giving any hits.
Yeah, no, this has been really good for Nameless. They've played this exactly how you're meant to play an Oni set, just not giving those tags and, using your resources wisely. And oh my gosh, how does that not hit? We're going to try and be going for this fresh hook here. They're going to get some outs here. It's gonna be oh my god, they're getting everyone out. This is a 2-stage. This is absolutely crazy. They're on the door and they're out. Everyone's out. And Han Lee, where are you? Shaq, you're out. You're at the other gate. Oh my god. And they're